What's up, guys? I'm super stoked to do this one. This is the all-new 2025 American Bass XFL. They changed the sub that has been an all-time favorite to make it even better. Look at how awesome this thing looks. The only place I found these at was Designer Motorsports. I'll put a link in the description. I've bought a lot of stuff from those guys, fast shipping. So I'll put a link in the description. These should be in stock. If not, they'll be in stock in a couple days, and I'm going to tell you, they're going to go quick because this is a super popular sub, and this is the newer version. So, 3-inch voice coil, 1500 RMS, 3000 max, dual round tinsel leads. This does have a power increase from the older versions. It handles a little bit more power. Huge, nice push terminals. You can easily fit 2 10-gauge wires in each for your jumpers. Nice gray basket. It's got the thick magnet bumper on it. Just a really nice looking sub. Lots of venting on the back. And this is the dual 4-ohm version that we're going to be testing. And you can see there 1500 RMS, 3000 peak, which is more than the previous version. So they did beef it up. And then also here are the TS parameters that I pulled on this subwoofer pre-break-in. So they're even going to get better, but they actually look pretty good already. The FS will drop after break-in. You can see it's right around 38 hertz, but the specs are actually pretty close to what it says in the manual. Also, here's the more in-depth settings. You can see the motor force is pretty good. The BL is around 25, which is pretty good for a 12-inch sub. But I'm loving this new surround they put on here. This is what the high-end Godzilla and Bass King subs from American Bass have on it. You can see it has the logo and the ridges, double-stitched surround. Hard plastic cone with now they have a plastic cone cover, but super bad looking sub, man. It looks so good. Now I haven't heard the old version in a while. I mean, I liked them, but for SQL, they weren't quite for my taste. So I'm interested to see how this new version stacks up as far as the sound quality, a little bit better transient response. Maybe I'm hoping, fingers crossed, but absolutely beautiful subs, dude. And these things are like, I think they're around $220 at Designer Motorsports, which is ridiculous because this sub is a monster. It's a beautiful looking sub. We will see how it sounds. We're going to throw it in on a Teraamp Smart 5 and get it cranked up. So we're going to put it through the paces. Here's the spec sheet. One thing I will tell you guys is there is a typo on the hole dimensions. The hole dimensions on this sub are actually 11 3/8, which is a little bit big for a 12. So I had to actually make an adapter. So if you guys get this, it takes an 11 3/8 cutout, which is pretty big for a 12. So, and here is it next to a Sundown X. Now, of course, the Sundown X is beefier. It's a $700 sub, but look how beefy that American Bass XFL new version is. And look how nice it looks. So for about $250, $220, like I said, link in the description. You really cannot beat this as far as value. I can't wait to see how it sounds. But it just looks awesome. I know I'm going on and on about it, but in person, I don't think even the video does it justice. It is a bad looking sub. I love the updates they did to it. So pretty beefy. This weighs in at about, let's see, 37.3 pounds. So for the cost of this sub, that is pretty beefy, man. Almost 40 pounds for a sub that's around $200, mid 200s is very beef. So, all right, guys, well, let's go out to the truck, throw this thing in, get it hooked up. I'm super stoked and excited to see what this bad boy is going to do. So let's do it. All right, guys, so you can see my adapter plate there I had to make because the hole on this thing is 11 3/8. That way I didn't have to cut my box anymore. We are hooking up the AMM1, so we're going to see what's going on with the wattage and the impedance rise. We're running this on my all-time go-to amp, the Smart 5 Bass from Teraamps. So we're in about 2.75 cubic foot box tuned to 33 hertz today, and the sub just looks great. Now, this is going to kind of be a long one because I want to put this thing through its paces and see what it does. So I know I'm going to be showing a lot of footage of it playing. So just bear with me. sub has some nice punch. Dude. Look at that thing. This thing's bad. And just to show you guys, I only have it like getting around like 500-600 watts right now. This thing is efficient. Look at what it's doing, man, on like 600 watts. This thing sounds incredible, man. It's hammering those lows. All right, guys, let's do some sweeps, and I'm going to hold this here so you guys can see what frequency I'm doing it at. But look at this thing. It's ridiculous. Not just a little bit, dude. Look at what this thing's pumping out at 20 and under. Dude, this thing is freaking awesome. Hammers the lows, has a nice good punch to it. The transient response seems pretty good, and even at lower wattage like you saw, it still pumps, so it's efficient. So I'm going to roll around with this and give you guys the verdict later, but so far it's freaking amazing for the money. And let's go ahead and meter it now and see what we get out of it. All right, man, that's already a good number in this big old SUV, 35 hertz too. So that's putting out good numbers low. About the same at 37. Let's try a little bit higher. We'll do a few runs here. A little bit more, 140.9 dB at 39 hertz. It's got kind of a wide range. $141, guys, 41 hertz. That is great. Yep, staying about 141. And in this truck, that's pretty much, I think, been the best number I got out of a single 12 is 141. All right, guys. Well, this sub sounds awesome so far, but let me roll around with it for a week, play some different musics, and we'll get back to the shop and I'll give you the final verdict. All right, guys, final verdict. This sub freaking rocks, dude. Hammers the lows, good transient response, loud, efficient, as you saw in the video. It handles power if you got it. It does everything. This is one of those subs that really can do it all. Almost like a budget Sundown X or like Resilient Gold V2. For like 220 bucks, 250 bucks, I don't think you'll be able to find a sub like this. In my opinion, of all subs I tested for that price range, I think this is what I would say would be the best sub overall. But if you guys like the content, man, please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Always got new videos coming out. But yeah, these are going to go out quick, guys. So like I said, there's a link in the description for the only place that I found that has them. They're going to get them in, I think, this week. If not, they'll be in a couple days. But the XFL is already a super popular sub. So now with this version, it's even nicer. So they're going to go quick. But man, American Bass knocked it out of the park on this one, especially for this price range. So, well, thanks so much, guys, for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the content. I know this one was kind of a long one, but we put it through its paces, and it did amazing. So, again, I appreciate you guys, and I will catch you guys on the next one.
I got you, fam.